Hi! New project time, and I finally graduated from go-karts. So, this is my 1952 Studebaker Champion. So I was lucky enough to find this gem at my first auto auction and paid $1,400 for it. Pretty good deal. It was missing most of the trim pieces, including the bumper and the grille, so I think a lot of people overlooked it. So that really worked out in my favor when I bought it. You know, I really like how this car looks. I like this funky looking grille, and this unique but somehow original paint color really stands out. This comes with a 169 cubic inch straight six, or that's 2.8 liters for you non-Americans. It has a 3-speed overdrive trans, so that's 4-speed technically. This car is equipped with such luxuries like this seat and windows. And that's about it. Yeah. Oh, it does have a really good sounding horn though. Listen. So when I first bought this car, it had the paint done and the interior finished, which I thought was unbelievable that there wasn't anybody else paying that much attention to it. I guess it just looked really incomplete because of it was missing the grille and the bumper and the headlights, so people thought like, oh, this is just a, you know, a basket case kind of deal. However, it was not. So yeah, this car had nice paint and a good interior. It just needed everything fixed. No big deal. So when I bought this car, I understood that the engine turned over by hand. So when I took this baby home, I thought I could get lucky and talk dirty to her and get her to come to life, but she wasn't fucking having it. So I had to rebuild it. Not rebuild it. So I had to replace the piston rings. It had like 25 pounds of compression on each cylinder, which is nothing. So yeah, I wasn't going to run like that. But she runs pretty good now. So, as far as things that I've done already to this car, it's an extensive list, unfortunately. I had to do a lot to get this car back in running order. So, firstly, all the wiring needed redone. Anything that had the cloth wiring on it, I don't know, because this is a California car, so I don't know if the extreme heat had just completely destroyed the coating on the wires, because if you just bent that wire a little bit, it cracked right in half. And that exposed insulation, you know, is terrible for the car. So all of this is all new. Wiring harnesses everywhere. Did that. Obviously I didn't rebuild the engine. I put new rings in it. It's not technically rebuilding it. I added this oil filter. I have a parts car, and it's been the best purchase ever. If you're ever restoring a car in any capacity, oh my god, get yourself a parts car, because it has paid for itself at least twice over now. I paid $400 for it. You know, it was a sedan, it was an undesirable car, it has been sitting out for a bazillion years. The body still wasn't bad on it, but anyways, it had the same engine, same transmission, same everything as this car here, so it's donated all kinds of parts. The starter, generator, this oil filter, which I can't believe is an option. You could get this car without an oil filter. Like, that just boggles my fucking mind that you could get a car without an oil filter. But anyhow, that blower motor back there, you know, just stupid odds and ends and stuff. You know, that you especially with a car like this, as far as parts goes, you would spend forever trying to find. So yeah, get yourself a parts car. Sorry, got off track a little bit. As far as things that I've done to it as well, so I got the radiator professionally repaired, and I got the gas tank professionally coated on the inside as well, so there's no rust or anything inside the gas tank that I'm going to have to worry about. Oh, also, if you have an old car, this is the guide for any mechanical fuel pump. to rebuild it or fix it or whatever. Throw it in the fucking garbage. Get an electric pump. No, but seriously, like, unless you're going for complete 100% restoration, you have no need to keep in a mechanical fuel pump that you're going to spend forever trying to get to start. An electric fuel pump is pretty easy to install. First thing you have to do is you have to make a block-off plate for the old mechanical fuel pump. And especially since this car is funky because it's old school, it's got the 6-volt battery with the positive ground. After that, all you have to do is just send a wire back to your fuel tank and find somewhere to mount it. And naturally, I also had to buy myself some new tires. And let me tell you something, white walls are expensive as hell. But on a car like this, you can't not have white walls. So, these are the Coker Classic radial wide white wall tires. Try to say that 5 times fast. My pap also has a Studebaker similar to this one. He has the old school bias ply white wall tires. And you can tell that if there's a little rut in the road, that car's going with that rut. It's sketchy as frig. So, even though these are $200 a tire, so that's, I still can't believe I bought them, but it's worth the quality of the ride, the safety of not skating all over the road with bias plies. So it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a no-brainer, but I certainly wasn't getting bias plies. So that pretty much catches us up to what all I've done to the car so far. And you know what, like, I could have done videos of restoring the car as far as like redoing the brakes, because front to back, master cylinder to brake pads, they were redone, brake lines, everything. But you know, like, there's a million other people that will do, you know, basically the same kind of video. If you happen to have a Studebaker and you need advice with something, I might be able to help you. Just, you know, send me a message. But yeah, I wasn't gonna film all that. I don't think anybody was gonna watch it. And if you did, hey, well, my bad. Yeah, maybe next time. And plus, my dad and my pap like to help me work a lot, and they're not exactly as keen with the whole camera thing as I am. I mean, they support my YouTube channel and everything like that. However, they certainly don't have time to screw around with me with the camera. They're like, come on, hurry up, let's go. So, it is what it is, I guess. So one of the first things that I'm going to do to this car is I'm going to run dual carburetors and make my own exhaust manifold and intake manifold as well. So my parts car, the gift that keeps on giving, I took the intake / exhaust manifold off that car. It's an integrated single unit on these older cars. It's a flathead straight 6, so the intake and exhaust ports are on the same side, which, you know, is weird to some people, but that's how a lot of cars did it back in the day. So what I did was I started to grind off the flanges that actually mount to the engine, and I'm going to use those little flanges as the basis of my new intake and exhaust. So a lot of you guys might think I'm crazy for trying to make my own intake manifold. It's one thing to make an exhaust manifold and pipes and everything, but an intake, yeah, well, whatever. I'm certified crazy. Deal with it. The bottom line is, if it doesn't work, I'm not hacking up the actual intake manifold that's on the car right now. I am hacking up the parts car manifold. So, worst case scenario, I can go back to stock. So, whatever. We'll see if it works. So the other day I was cleaning up, this is the second carburetor that I'm going to use, and I'm going to run dual carbs on my new intake. So I get some lacquer thinner, just go to town. I have a little paint pan down there. I'll fill it up halfway, get my good brush, or this nice small brush, you know, just start going to town. And you can waste your money and buy that $30 carb soak kit at Napa or whatever, but I think this stuff does just fine for half the price. And oh yeah, I'm going to be making a nice loud exhaust. That'll piss off all the neighbors good. I just wouldn't be doing my job right if I wasn't pissing off the neighbors. Another mod on the back burner is going to be lowering it just a little bit, 2 inches, I think, maybe 3. I have, again, with the parts car, I'm going to hack up the springs a little bit and, you know, just give it a nice little stance. Nothing crazy. Maybe. Another cool little project I'm going to do is I bought this 1930s 6-volt fog light, and I'm going to make a ridiculous reverse light. I know, it looks stupid already. I want to make it work though. Don't doubt me yet, okay? So I got some good stuff planned. I just wanted to show you guys the car a little bit. It's my baby now. I freaking love this thing. I love this already more than I have had any affection to any of my go-karts or projects or whatever. You know, just having a car is a totally different feel. So this weekend I will have a lot of free time, and I'm going to be dedicating a lot of time towards working on my car, and I will be putting up a video shortly thereafter. So please, you know, stay tuned. Keep looking for the notifications. Oh, and if you want, you can follow me on Instaface or Grambook, whatever you want to call it. Big Nick the Great on both of them. Give me a follow. I'll at least start now, since if I get followers on it, I'll start posting stuff more often, you know, just pictures and stupid bullshit like that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.